Hello, 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 everyone. It's your boy, MC Brooks, live on YouTube with another edition of GGR Play-A-Long on our official YouTube channel. Gonna get started in just a few moments here. I need to make sure I send the link out. And also make sure that people who want to come find us can find us, and that people can just get in here to participate in the stream. It was pretty fun last week, getting through a couple minutes of Spider-Man PS4, and we're going to do it again tonight, 8 to 10, maybe a little past 10. But we'll see how it goes. We're gonna make sure we end on a good note. You know, we got to see Stan Lee at the end of the last playthrough. Yeah, we're gonna pick up right from there and keep it going. It's weird because I had to connect my PlayStation 4 again. For the first time in a few days since yesterday, because I recently bought a Nintendo Switch. Was fortunate enough to get a notification that they were in stock. Instantly bought it. Instantly went and bought it. Instantly went and bought a couple games, and then here we are. Whoops. I'm just knocking all sorts of things over. Knocking all sorts of things off here. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. We're gonna get going in just a few minutes here. I've already sent the link out in the GGR group, which reminds me I should go ahead and get all this stuff out the way right now. So this is the Great Geek Refuge's YouTube channel. I'm your host, MC Brooks. We're going to be playing Spider-Man PlayStation 4. If you're unfamiliar with the Great Geek Refuge, we are a nerd site. We podcast and we blog. We talk about all sorts of nerdy things. We produce content every week about a variety of different subjects, both nerd and non-nerd related. So visit greatgeekrefuge.com. You'll be able to check out everything we do. If you don't want to visit our website, we are also available on every streaming site you can imagine, be it Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Alright, give me about a minute here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. I was trying to talk through it, but yeah, that didn't, it's kind of hard to multitask and do that at the same time. All right.
Hey, it's me. What's with the units heading down 3rd?
Looks like our old friend Herman Schultz is at it again.
Shocker. Didn't he just get paroled?
Yeah, well, guess it didn't take.
No worries. Herman's just a big cupcake. I'll have him back in Rikers by bedtime. Just had dinner with my ex after saving her from masked criminals. And now I'm gonna go beat up a maniac who uses shockwaves to rob people. What a perfectly normal life you have, Peter Parker.
Normal indeed. Oh, let me take care of this tower while I'm over here.
An armed mugging was just reported. Need a unit on scene. Location is in the vicinity of Devil's Shelf.
Peter, I just want to make sure you haven't left any equipment you built for your friend around the lab. It's no bother to me, but if the grant committee stops by again...
Don't worry, Doc. I make a point not to leave anything there. But I know my friend appreciates you looking out for him. There's a lot of people who don't like him very much.
See, that's like the worst thing to do. That's like the worst thing to do when you have a secret identity. Like, you can't overemphasize.
You said a mouthful, Doc. Take care.
And like, in trying to hide it. Like, in that instance, you just have to say, oh yeah, my friend right there, yeah. I'm definitely here to help out my friend and whatever it is that my friend needs. Instead, you're like, my friend. Where are they at? What's up, guys?
We reserve the right to refuse service and knock out any criminal. Says so right on the sign.
Boom.
Gotta be a special kind of crazy to rob a storefront in the city Spider-Man protects.
Ain't that the truth?
Police are coming, so I'm going.
Yeah, that's probably true. I still feel like, you know, you should just talk normally. Like, if you were... Like, if you had a secret identity, like, if your superhero was, you know, Double Bird Lunsford, for example, and I was trying to keep your identity, I wouldn't just be like, yeah, my friend. Then it just sounds suspicious. Yeah, my friend, Double Bird. And I was just like, oh yeah, that's my friend, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, let's see, where am I? F that guy. Oh, this is a good example right here. Josie's.
Magnifique.
See? Josie's bar right there. Which, if I remember... where can I find it? I'm trying to remember the moves list. There's like a thing. Yeah, landmarks. Oh, no wonder. I'm doing the most and not even thinking about it. I should be able to open it though, because it normally... I don't know. Because there should be something where I should be able to pick it up. And
we've got a 10-10 narcotic still in progress. Need a local
maybe I'm just confusing. I think I'm confusing it with something else.
Perfect.
Alright, let's go take care of this robbery and then we can go take care of Shocker. What's up, fellas?
Cover the front. Oh, come on, fellas. You can't keep ducking income tax like this.
Going right through us!
See? You just throw him off the building. You know? First act of murder is a superhero. And the night is still young.
Nothing puts a pep in my step like halting an illegal drug.
Why did my... So randomly my PlayStation just decided to eject a disc. I don't really know why. Sorry, my dog's being destructive and I'm trying to get him to stop. He really just wants to play. There's another tower right there. Alright, this is the last tower, and then we go take care of Shocker. Feel like I said that. But, you know, gotta handle crime. Oh, whoops. I'm on the wrong thing. Look, there's a robbery going on right now nearby. Hey, look, boom. Oh.
Who wants a picture?
Boom.
Every
There we go.
mugger thinks he's the next Wilson Fisk. Well, they are going to jail, so...
Alright. Let's stop BSing around and let's go take care of business. Like I said, it's like I said last week, the funnest part of this game, which is not, it was just not like shade on the,
Nice
it's not shade on the
composition, if I do
gameplay
say
at
so
all.
myself. Got it.
All units, we have a vehicle pursuit in progress. Officers needed in Gramercy. Please
Oh, we haven't done a vehicle pursuit. What up, Carlos?
I better stop them before they end up in driver's ed videos. Here's your stuff. That concludes our Spider-Man car tour of New York.
Facts. Do you imagine the kind of stamina you need to do something like this? I have fought off at least 3 groups of enemies. Car chase. And I still have to go take care of the Shocker. No wonder Peter eats like a pig. I would too. I mean, I kind of do already, but no shame in quarantine. His metabolism must be crazy, honestly.
Hi, Herman.
Seriously?
Pausing real quick. got thirsty out of nowhere. Alright. Oh, I can't even imagine.
Give it up! You're never gonna catch me!
That's what you said last time.
I don't wanna hurt you!
I can't even imagine the kind of calories the Flash must need to consume.
Consider it. What's the money for, Herman?
What do you care?
Actually, I don't. Just trying to make polite
Oh,
conversation.
crap.
I'm done talking!
But this could be so much more rewarding if we connected on an emotional level. Wait, I forgot. You don't have emotions. Come on, Herman. At least talk to me so we can make it interesting. Herman? What? Do you only answer to Shocker now? Mr. Shocker? Gotcha. Now let's talk.
You were censored? What were you saying? Were you trying to say fuck again?
Honestly, Herman, why are you robbing again? You know the police are watching your every move. I mean, we all know you're kind of dumb, but I didn't think you were this dumb. You must be desperate, which means you're not just stealing for yourself. You must be working with someone, or for someone. You can tell me who it is now, or make me punch it out of you later. Your choice.
Not enough!
See, and this is the thing that I discovered one of the last times I played through it. Which is, if you try to get too close before the game has allotted that you're allowed to capture him, then some weird stuff happens. Like I'm within range. Hell, I'm within range. I was in range to catch him, but it wouldn't actually allow me to do it because it needed to get to this section right here, where he's shooting his beam out. Nope. Hug yourself, bro.
You know what, Herman?
Practice some
That's
self-love.
like zero personality, but your suit is awesome. Can we talk
Self-love
design
is the best
details?
love.
Maybe later.
You censored yourself?
Good
How
work,
about
Spider-Man. Did you learn anything about his motive?
I tried, but he's not very talkative. Plus, I think he hates me.
You have that effect on a lot of people.
But you love me, right, Yuri?
I tolerate you.
Wow. That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
All right.
Looks like I got some free time. Maybe now's a good time to look into that mask. Oh, it's MJ. Hey, MJ. You're up late.
Just catching up on the news. Looks like you had quite an adventure with Shocker tonight.
Yeah, he was unusually combative. Anyway, thanks again for
The
dinner.
naughty words.
What do I owe you?
Yes.
How about a favor? You still have that mask from the gallery?
Yeah. I'm actually on my way to the Feast Center now to ask Martin Lee about it.
Martin Lee? Why?
He has a degree in art history. If anyone knows about the origins of that mask, he will.
Just keep me in the loop. Like I said,
That
I
pass
think
by?
there's a
Oh,
bigger
no, it's over
story
here.
here, and I plan to be the one to break it.
Sure. So I can call you, like, whenever?
Yeah, whenever, whatever.
Almost morning. Mr. Lee will be here soon. I could use a snack.
That's quite all right. See, that would be Peter's response if Deadpool, if Deadpool were Spider-Man.
Mr. Lee's usually in his office now.
See, I always thought this part of the thing is weird. I'm like, it has to be like, what, 11, midnight? Like, it's not, like, it's very easily not light outside. Martin Lee is there this time of night. I mean, hey, more power to him if it is. I mean, I've obviously never worked in any kind of shelter or anything, but like, sheesh. Like, could you imagine if you were running something and then someone just pops
Partnership
up?
with restaurants and grocery stores works great.
Like, hey man,
Any surplus food comes right here.
what you know about that mask? What you know about that Jim Carrey? Which reminds me of the thread that we had in the group. Like, I don't like it was. I mean, it was. I think I'm a bit more partial to Jim Carrey films than Adam Sandler's, but I don't think Adam Sandler's had like. I don't think he's bad. I don't even think he's that far behind.
Peter.
Jim Carrey.
I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Lee. I have a friend, Mary Jane. She's a reporter. She's doing a story on art imports, and she found this piece.
The thing is,
She
for
wanted an
me,
expert opinion on
Sandler
it,
has more movies that were
this might be
like
the first time I
not
actually
good
get to use it. Let's
for
see what
me
you have.
than Carrey. Plus, I'll admit I have a little bit of bias because Jim Carrey was on.
Where'd she find it?
He was on
really
In
not
Living
sure.
Color, and
What
my
is it?
uncle
Replica
used to
of
write and
antique
produce for that
Chinese
show.
opera
So
I haven't seen
I have
it in
a
years.
little soft spot in my heart for Jim
This symbol
Carrey
here
because he was
roughly
on it.
translates
So
to demon.
Demon.
but like the
My
last
father read me
Sandler
ghost
movie I
stories
really
with that
liked
mask and symbol in it
was
when I was young. Scared the hell out of me.
Click. I didn't see Uncut Gems, so I can't really speak to that.
Peter, listen. That mask, it could be connected to dangerous people. Mary Jane might want to find a different story.
Do you think she's in trouble?
I don't know.
I mean, his faces are hilarious. Those were some of the best parts of his movies for me. I think that's why people were so excited, like when he got cast in Sonic, and even I was,
The
even
symbol
though
inside the mask means demon.
even
It
though
really
like
spooked Mr. Lee.
I wasn't sure,
I've never
like
seen him like that.
you know,
He
Eggman
even
is
said you should
a
drop the story.
plus sized man,
Do you think Mr. Lee
and
knows
Jim
more than
Carrey
he's letting
not
on?
being that,
No,
you
I
know,
think he
kind
just
of
had a weird flashback
I was
or
kind of
something.
unsure
I know
for
his
that reason because I
childhood was
really
pretty
didn't want him to
traumatic.
have to put on a fat suit.
Makes sense.
But in terms
Demons,
of
huh?
like
Catchy name.
ridiculousness
Okay,
and
gotta get
campiness of
See you soon.
the Eggman character, yeah, Jim Carrey was
Well,
great.
That went about as well as I could have hoped.
I mean, he was the best part of the Sonic movie for me. I had a lot of issues with that movie, but Jim Carrey's performance was 100% not one of them. See, I don't know if Jess is saying hate it. I don't know if she's saying hate it as in she actually hates Jim Carrey's faces, or if she's saying hate it like that one segment off In Living Color. Hated it.
Got some time to kill before Doc needs me at the lab. Let's do a little Spidey workout in the city.
And you know what, Mike? I don't have any issue with that. I mean, that's kind of living the dream as far as it's concerned. Oh, by the way, Jess, another backpack.
An Oscorp visitor badge from when I interviewed there. Would have paid well, but Dr. Octavius offered the chance to really make a difference.
See, the good thing about getting the backpacks is you always find cool little Easter egg stuff in it. But yeah, like, I mean, I absolutely cannot be mad at Sandler doing that. I mean, that's kind of the dream, right? You know, it's like if we get to a point where we can just spend our free time making podcasts with our friends.
Mr. Lee spoke to me. He seemed worried. Are you into something dangerous?
Oh, it's just a story Mary Jane's investigating. Don't worry, I'll make sure she's careful.
Please tell me you two are back together.
We're talking again. Baby steps. I hope I didn't upset Mr. Lee.
He's just concerned. I was actually touched by how concerned. I knew he liked you. He admires how dedicated you are to helping others. I think you remind him of himself when he was younger. Both orphans, both so smart.
Well, the admiration's mutual. You got a good boss, May.
Finally.
I'll
Ooh.
tell him you said so. Love you, Peter.
Exactly. I mean, who else could it be, right? Gotta be something that someone other than Peter Parker. I mean, there's no reason,
Hello?
you know,
Peter,
there's gotta be a logical reason
Oh, hey, what's
other
up?
than
Lance Corporal
Peter
Texador
Parker.
is here for a fitting.
I totally forgot. I didn't forget. I just, I'll be there soon.
Let's go get
This
another
tardiness is
backpack.
starting to become a pattern. Come on, Parker. You're better than this.
That's right. How did I lose track of time?
Whoops. Like I said, they're in the most random of places. Random places.
Funny. My fear of heights didn't go away when I got my powers. Had to climb to the top of the Empire State to get over that.
Selfie. 4 down, 51 to go.
Empire State University, the old alma mater, and holder of my student loans.
Let's see. Sub Oh, he's still not KO'd? Boom.
That's it?
You know what?
I feel like the hold-up guys are.
You know,
phoning
it's
it in
been
lately.
probably a good... How old am I now? It's probably been a good 15 years since I played a Grand Theft Auto game. Just something about those games never... those games just... I don't know. They were fun when I was in high school. And then, like, just... I don't know. Just the plot of those games just never seemed all that intriguing to me. I mean, the open world stuff of being able to, like, steal cars and stuff, like, yeah, I can see how it would be fun for a time, but, like, I don't know. My interest is just in much different stuff.
Ongoing in the West Village.
Hey, we don't need you here.
Yeah, I'm gonna commit this crime, but then I'm gonna blend in so no one knows that I've committed a crime. Makes total sense. I mean, I see that, but think about it. If you were Spider-Man, would you want to drive? Like, think about this. You can do this. Like, would you want to drive?
Half the crime tower's back up already.
When Spider Cop's on the job, come hell or high water, the job gets...
Nope.
She'd never admit it, but the chief was warming up to Spider Cop. His casual disregard for by-the-book thinking was a breath of fresh air. She'd come around. Someday.
Him narrating is honestly one of my favorite parts.
Hey, my Mark I web shooters. Managed to improve the storage capacity a lot since then, but the basic design's still the same.
So yeah, so look at this. No, of course, nobody would ever see, or no one would ever think, hey, a backpack belonging to a kid named Peter Parker. Oh, wow, there's a web shooter in here. Huh, I wonder what that could mean. Oh, actually, before I do anything else, we have new suits. We have new suits. Ah, I don't have research. I'm gonna wear this suit because I like this suit a lot. Wait, where's? Oh, I can unlock it now. All right, let's vote. I'm gonna take a vote. Which suit should I unlock? Because I can unlock some now. So I can get the classic suit right here. I can do the noir suit right here. Or I can do the Scarlet Spider suit. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna do some upgrades, and then you guys let me know. Oh, I can't use Spider Drone yet. Whack juice. Okay. Hey, but I have skill points available. Yeah, we're gonna take those away. And oh yes. Oh no! Damn it, man! No fun. Air tricks are cool, I guess. Let's see. We'll just go with that for now, I guess. So we have one vote for the Scarlet Spider. Come on, I need a consensus here. There's only two of you. But I do like this. I do like this suit. This is probably one of my favorite suits ever. Like I would absolutely cosplay that. It's not the best suit of the game, but it is one of the coolest looking suits in the game. This part right here is really cool. I also think it's funny that like in this too, like he just has clothes just like laying around in a bag outside.
How does it work? Just like a natural arm. You think of what you want it to do, and...
Yes. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
This site's been declared a safety hazard.
Stop that right now! This is highly sensitive equipment. That's it. I'm calling the mayor's office directly.
Peter Parker, how the hell are you?
Speak of the devil. Mr. Osborn.
Oh, please. How long have we known each other? It's Mr. Mayor. It's Norman.
Norman, what do you think you're doing?
The grant agreement you signed has strict safety provisions. This isn't your first violation.
those were excused.
By me. We should have confiscated this equipment long ago.
But I've had
Noir it is. Well,
Thank
after
you
the
for
scene.
your great service to our country. These folks will escort you to Oscorp Robotics, where you'll receive the latest in prosthetics. No charge.
This isn't about safety infractions, is it?
I'm
No,
trying to
you were right the
help
first time,
Arnold.
dual, EL.
You're free to continue your work.
10 paces.
Secure environment.
At Oscorp.
You always were the smartest guy in the room.
You haven't changed a bit.
Neither of you. Hey, Peter. Harry will be coming back from Europe early next year. Maybe the two of you can start that business you always talked about. This is opportunity knocking.
Anytime I see someone say I'm so smart to think about The Simpsons, I am so smart. I am so smart.
Easy.
SMRT.
They didn't take everything. Maybe we could start over.
Peter. There's no we.
Oh, we need to
Without
bring
the
back
grant
the
from
glove
city,
slap.
I can no longer pay you.
You know, let's bring that back.
I need some time to think.
Next time you catch one of these Nazis
were
out,
you,
just give them a glove slap and then punch the, then punch them.
Job.
You know, actually no, just punch them. They don't deserve the glove slap. Like, you know, if you're just arguing with someone at CVS, then bring out the glove. Post-pandemic, you don't want to, you know, you don't want to get anything on your glove. So post-pandemic, you gotta bring this back.
Wish I could do something to help Doc. Maybe call Harry. Ask him to talk to his dad.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
Norman never listens to Harry.
I don't fight fair.
Even tried to kill funding for his
I will
research
admit
stations.
that now.
Hey,
I haven't been in a fight since I was
see how they're doing while Harry's
14.
in Europe.
But even then, I don't fight fair.
Must be some way to help Doc. I'll think of something.
You know, I'd rather win. I'd rather win than keep my dignity. I'd rather be a winner in that case. I don't even remember the last fight I got in and what it was about.
Harry left me a
I remember
message
putting
about
my
these
friend through a wall though.
Pete, hey, I need a favor. My mom's pet project was research stations that could benefit the public. Now, I launched them, but now that I'm away,
I'm just saying,
Oscorp's gonna shut them
like
down unless they prove their value.
I don't fight fair.
I was hoping you could watch
I like to win more than anything else.
As long as they're here,
I will win before I lose with pride. I don't need
It's
my
not gonna
pride
pay
that
the
bad.
bills,
but I
but
do want to win.
It sounds like it means a lot to him.
At the end of the
I'll
day,
do what I can to help.
you can't. At the end of the day, you can't say you beat my ass. That's it. You can't take away my pride. You can't take away my dignity. Only I can do that. But I'm gonna at least say I can win. That's something I can control. That's something that's potentially up for grabs. Yeah, like the last time I was in a fight, I was 14. I don't even remember what we were fighting about. But it was during a wrestling pay-per-view, nonetheless. And I remember shoving him, and he like went through the wall
The
in my
amount of
basement.
polycyclic hydrocarbons in the air is way too high. And rising. If it keeps
Before
getting worse,
that-
people could die.
Before that, though,
Particles are concentrating in trouble spots. Like mini clouds of smog. I'll swing through
before
them and
that
get
though, I
samples, then
beat
trace
someone's
them to
ass
source.
because he tried to steal my Pokemon.
Nasty as they are, I gotta swing right through those clouds. For these clouds to be visible to the naked
Like
eye,
that was.
the level of
So
toxins
if y'all
must be up
remember, like how the old school Game Boys used to run, how you had to have the link cable. You had to have the link cable to like trade and do stuff between two different Game Boys. So we were trading because I think it may have been like the original Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. So he we were trading, and like mine had gone through. Why can't I collect this sample? Come on, sheesh. I don't need to get higher. But yeah, like, so he waited until my Pokemon went through before his came over in the trade, and he yanked the cable over. He yanked the cable out and like ran. And I was like, oh nah, this is not what we're about to do. So I chased him, and I caught him right before he went in his yard, or right before he got in his house, and I beat his ass. And his aunt came out. His aunt came outside because right after I finished slapping him up, and she was like, I mean, you know how it is. She was trying to figure out what the hell happened. Like, why was I beating his ass? And I told him, and he tried to lie, but I showed her the Game Boy where it was like the connection had broken and whatnot. And so, because his aunt was cool as hell, she not only
I must be freaking these people out. What else is new?
She not only made him trade me my stuff back and give me the Pokemon that I was supposed to get, but then he went in the house and he got a whooping. Now, don't get me wrong, I am anti-corporal punishment. You know, I don't believe in hitting children at all, but you know, I was okay in that sense. And even in retelling this story, I'm okay.
Huh. The toxin's coming from 2 types of cars and a faulty smokestack. I better get photos.
Yeah, man, I didn't play about my Pokemon, especially the original games. Bro, I collected all 154 Pokemon in the original games.
Great light on that one.
I say 154 because you had the original 151, but then there were a couple joints that you could get if you I don't want to say hack.
Perfect.
But if you manipulated the game in the right way, you could get a few of the extras. So like, I'm trying to remember what I had. I had the missing no, which is just a error. It was like the source code of a Pokemon.
That smokestack picture
that was still in the game. Then I also got what we used to call Peekaboo.
Maybe I should make a green spider costume for Earth Day.
And what was the other one? I don't remember what the other thing was.
Well, Harry Station just stopped a public health crisis.
But yeah,
gonna have a hard time
asses got beat that day. I'm not a fighter. I generally try to avoid confrontation altogether if I can. Even now.
Shocker has escaped, and now he's robbing a bank
even now.
on East 31st.
What
not
happened?
a fighter.
I thought he was behind bars.
He was, but one of the guards just walked up to his cell and released him, then gave him his suit back.
I knew Shocker was working for someone. What did you get out of the guard?
Wish I could ask
like
him, but
even I think the last time I was even tempted was one of the last times I went to a Washington football game. So like this is one of the things I'm sad about, you know, because of the pandemic.
Okay,
but
I'll see
no
what I can get out of
tailgating.
Shocker when I get to the bank.
I love tailgating. It's one of my favorite things to do. Win or lose, tailgating was always one of my favorite things of going all the way out to FedEx, because at least it felt like it was worth it. You know, taking the long metro ride out there, taking the long metro ride out there. This team is probably going to lose. At least I can do is get at least I can do is drink and be around some cool people.
When the vulture cracked my eye lens, it almost blinded me. That was a wake-up call. Had to upgrade to a stronger material.
But at the last tailgate, there was this couple that was arguing.
Peter, I've been looking into the demons. Sounds like they've quietly established a
And
power base.
my godbrother,
Vacuum I created by putting
like
Fisk
he
away.
said something to me.
Jameson was right.
He was like,
Demons
"Hey,
are my
watch
fault."
out for that dude right there," because we were watching this couple argue, and we weren't sure, like,
think I might have just lost
We
my
weren't
job.
sure like
The
if he was
city,
gonna hit her or
Norman,
not. So
actually
we were like,
pulled
I
our
was
funding.
watching for that.
I'm sorry. If Harry were here, he could talk some sense into his dad. You'll find another source. Your work's too important.
Thanks, MJ. Talk to you soon.
Hey, shout out Jax. Shout out to you for beating Sonic, because that is an accomplishment in and of itself. Sonic is my favorite game, and hey, I'm very happy for like I'm very happy that you are joining the rest of us in the fandom by beating your first Sonic game. That's awesome.
Where I bet you'll be as good at breaking out as you were at breaking in.
I'm always going to be welcoming when it comes to that. It's funny because the Sonic community itself is a very weird place that deals with some level of gatekeeping. Because you have fans from all you have people like me who are fans of the character in all of its media forms. So like I've read the comics, I've read the Archie comics, I've read the IDW comics. I played the games, and I'm also a fan of like all of the cartoons. I've watched Sonic X. I've seen parts of I think it was Sonic Boom was the one on Cartoon Network. I've seen the original what is this? The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog with Jaleel White, and I've also seen the Saturday morning one with the Freedom Fighters and whatnot. Like, I just love the character in all its forms, but the fandom is very split because you generally have people who are fans of one or two of them, but not the other. So you'll find people who are fan of the games and some of the cartoons, but not the comics, or people who are fans of the comics and the games, but not the cartoons, or people who are just fans of one and not the other. So you get a lot of infighting sometimes in the community about certain stuff that happens in the continuity. And you get certain gatekeeping. You get certain you get some gatekeeping because of whether or not you've been a fan since X, Y, and Z, or whether you've played the original Genesis, or whether you read any of the spin-offs, any of the Archie comics or anything like that. And it's just so dumb.
Me so young and stupid, you just stupid. You talk so much. Well, that's a matter of opinion. I mean, to their community, know I can do some real damage. Why are you doing this, Herman? Because of Uncle. Don't kill me.
Like it's just the most annoying thing.
Nope, gotta try something else. If you ask nicely, maybe. Coming your way.
Oh, come on.
If you come clean, I can help you. You really want to help me? Just let me have the money. Sorry, not gonna happen.
And like, oh crap.
Quit now, for your own good. Catch.
Yeah, and like, see, here's the like, it's just, I'm just of the opinion, and I'm sure you know this already. Just like, let people like what they like. You know what I'm saying? There are people out there who are fans of the Sonic 06 game, which I and many others think is the worst Sonic game to ever exist. But like one of the Sonic YouTubers I follow, like that was his introduction into Sonic. And as much as I hate that game and would love to erase it from existence, you know, it's okay. I still think it's okay for him to be a fan of that game.
This one's gonna hurt.
You know, there's people who
Herman. It's not like you to be afraid of people.
I'm not even sure these guys are people. Could be anything under those masks.
Wait, did you say masks?
and like I did like I don't know if anyone saw my or heard the recap me and Hazel did of the Sonic movie, but like I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie. There was lots of stuff that I liked about it, but like I had a lot of issues.
Okay, catch this one with your face.
I had a lot of issues with it, but like I'm also okay with, you know, I'm okay with whatchamacallit, with people liking that movie. It's not my favorite movie, like I'm not gonna go watch it again.
Give up now and we
But
can
like,
protect you.
you know, it's just dumb. Like I feel like the Sonic community at large has been abused by by Sonic Team.
Okay, last chance to give up. This time I really mean it.
Especially after ah crap.
I think that hurt me more than him.
I'm just like, for me, there's just no point to infighting.
Okay, I was kidding before. Now is your last chance. Seriously. Sorry, Herman. You brought this on yourself. Literally.
Yeah. Like, it just I have no issue with people in the Sonic community like disliking certain things. Like I said, I don't like Sonic 06. I didn't really like Sonic Forces. I reject the premise of a Sonic racing game, because if you have a character that is fast, that can run nearly the speed of light and can go that fast in the comics at least, why is he driving a car? But like, I'm okay if people like to play that and like to enjoy it, you know, enjoy it as part of the community.
Also, I'm pretty sure he was working for the team.
You know, like I said, the wider Sonic community has been abused by Sonic Team over the years just because of how they treated the fans and how they treated the character, and like things that they've done that have been like very obvious missteps. But there are things that I liked and there are things that I haven't liked. And you know, stuff just doesn't have to be for me. And I'm okay with that. It's like with the Sonic movie. That movie was not made for Sonic fans, with Sonic fans like me in mind. But I'm okay with that. Like that's fine. It gets a newer generation into my favorite character, and hopefully it can be an introductory point so that they can then perhaps go and play some of the better games in the series. Go see some of the other adaptations that have existed, be it Sonic X or Sonic Boom or any of the other properties that have existed. The Sonic anime, the anime film from the 90s. Like, I'm okay with that. It just doesn't make sense for us to keep, for the fandom to have as much infighting as there is, when we're all trying to celebrate a character that, in the mainstream at least, has been largely forgotten about. Like, we're all Sonic fans, for sure, but the wider society has, you know, they've forgotten about Sonic the Hedgehog, and they really don't care about it as a property. I mean, it's why it's a good thing that the movie was as successful as it was, because if it was, I mean, if this, like, they might have effectively, killed a lot of the excitement surrounding the character by doing stuff like that. Side note, Billy Bugle.
Brewing gang war? Let's try to get ahead of it. Are there any Fisk properties that haven't been hit tonight?
Let me see. Patrol reported a bunch of activity at one of his shipyards in Torchside.
I just get tired of it, you know? Like, that's just all it is. You know? And like, the thing is now, like, as critical as I and others have been of Sonic Team, I'm also of the opinion that, you know, I want to give them a chance to get it right. I've been saying they should sell the Sonic IP for a while, but if them and if fans can have the input that can help Sega figure out the best thing to do with the character, then so be it. Then so be it. One of the biggest Sonic fans ever got put in charge of running the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter that's been around for the last couple years, and he has he managed to revive the character on Twitter. And through his efforts and you know, becoming a really popular Twitter account, he managed to turn that into a job at Sega, where now him being the fan that he is going to be able to work behind the scenes to help Sega figure out ways to continue bringing Sonic, introducing Sonic to, you know, newer generations, and helping Sega understand what it is fans want, but also while also understanding that, you know, it has to be something that's for everybody. Like, it can't just be for those of us who are in our 30s and have been fans for 20 years. And so I think that's a good thing. And so, I mean, it's just the infighting is just so silly. Like, I see stuff and I retweet stuff and then I just kind of let it be. Honestly. You're right. Everyone wants to be angry. Everyone wants to be angry. And that's why, like, I unfollowed some of the people I used to follow, some of the Sonic YouTubers I follow, because, you know, all they were doing was ranting and raving about why certain things weren't good enough.
Got it, boss.
Like,
Complete security.
Actually, I have a really good example.
Listen up. Demons are
which
making
is
moves on all our caches. Lost 2
recently,
Boss may be in lockup.
you know, Sonic made the move over from Archie to IDW, a move that was partially made because of pettiness and just some other stuff in mind, right? But so IDW has been producing Sonic comics for the last 2 years.
Snipers everywhere.
And so,
deal with them first.
That's part of the story. They adopted a part of, or they started adopting.
That sniper has a guard watching him.
They started adopting the story to Sonic Forces in comic form.
A lot of junk scattered around here. A well-placed web shot could make a great distraction.
Angry, yeah, Angry, the Game Grumps, Angry Gamer, all types of stuff. But yeah, it's so annoying. But like, in the IDW, they're adopting the Sonic Forces storyline, where basically Eggman has conquered the world. Sonic after Eggman conquered the world, Sonic was the subject of torture by Eggman for about 6 months before he managed to escape. And after escaping, Sonic is making his way around for the first time in 6 months, and he's basically trying to help the Liberation Army fight back against Eggman, right? It's a really cool storyline. The game didn't really do a good job of adapting the premise. But the comic did. Now in the comic, Amy Rose, who for many years is always portrayed as like
they're trying to seal?
the fangirl. She's Sonic's fangirl. She's in love with Sonic. She just wants to chase him all around. She's crazy. She has no personality or sense of anything about her other than she's just in love with Sonic and wants to chase him everywhere, right? But in the IDW comics, they actually changed Amy's entire. They changed her entire personality and made her a more well-rounded character. They gave her responsibility where she is a commander in the Liberation Army, and it's really fascinating because you get to see this thing where she obviously she loves Sonic, she wants to be with Sonic, and that hasn't changed. But she also acknowledges that because they're in the middle of a war, that her feelings for Sonic can't come before the Liberation mission. And like that's a total departure from the previous adaptations of her character, where no matter what she was doing, she would always she would drop whatever she was doing and just follow him wherever. And in this comic, she decided not to do that, and she practiced agency. And like she has, she's way more well-rounded. Like she does, like Sonic is not the center of her universe. And people complained because of the change, not only because of the change to her character, but they complained because her character was too similar to one of the characters from the old Archie comics, right? And it's just such a stupid thing to complain about. And I'm like, this is an example of them making something better. And yet, here you are.
I didn't see that coming.
Welcome, Allie. I'm just now looking at the chat. I've been ranting for like a few minutes. But like, it's just stuff like that. It's like, okay, you don't like the changes they made to Amy. Fine. You know what? It doesn't have to be for you. I think what they did with her character is much better than what they had been, what she was previously. And that type of change makes her a more interesting character to me.
Don't get the point of wiring the vault to blow. Doesn't Fisk want to protect everything in there?
Yeah, but he really...
Checking on a noise. On it. Dana. Shh.
I agree. I agree. It's part of the reason that like I do the future of the Sonic fandom has largely just been the fan base, and like the non-toxic side of the fan base. Because I didn't watch Sonic Boom, but I did hear some interesting. I did hear like good stuff about it, but like my issue with it was kind of similar to. Kind of similar to people had issues with like Teen Titans Go, which is you have these versions of the characters that are not characters that we're familiar with.
Who's there? Sweet dreams.
Damn it! He must have snuck in. Yo, there he is.
Boom. Yeah, I agree. My only issue with something like Sonic Boom was they reduced all of the characters to their stereotypes instead of like fleshed out versions of their characters.
Yeah.
So like,
which is why I brought a war.
For like Knuckles, for example.
So what do you say we do some?
Ever since Knuckles got tricked in the Sonic 3 game, whenever his depictions always have him as just being this guy who is just not smart, just
messing
because he
with
got fooled one time.
Son's a big fan.
And it's like, if you read the comics, like
cover
Knuckles has way more
breaking down
personality.
Not without
He's an introvert, but he has a sense of duty to his people,
Okay.
and because he's the guardian of
another
the
way.
Master Emerald, like he has
place
this
this
real
run
sense
down
of
should
honor
have
about
a
it. Like
hole
there's
in
a
the
ton
wall
of
or a
personality to
broken
him. Like
Check her out back.
he got
I'd go
fooled
myself,
one
but
time, but that
not
shouldn't be a
Spider-Man.
defining thing. And so like in the cartoon, you see that they just made him the big dumb idiot just because he can fight. And like I don't like that trope. You know, with you can look at a character like Shadow the Hedgehog, who, you know, did a lot of the stuff he did in Sonic Adventure 2 because he was being manipulated and he was misguided. Like, he wasn't this edgy character simply because he was
feel like I'm in
edgy.
a horror
He just didn't.
Hello?
He had no
Fisherman
idea about
with a
his
grudge and a
origins,
hook for a hand?
what happened, and the fact that he was manipulated
Okay,
into
where's
doing
that
the stuff
locked
he
door?
did. But like all his modern adaptations are like, look at emo edgy boy Shadow here, who is dark and edgy because he's edgy. Yeah, and it's like, do you
Jeff, you
understand
there?
the character?
I'm
So
doing
like
my
I
best
get
to
some of
refrain
the
from knock-knock jokes.
frustrations on some level, but it's like,
Yeah, got it.
If we can overload it, that should force the door open.
Smart, but I don't have anything that packs enough current.
Try this.
like I'm okay with
Stun gun, genius.
I'm okay with
Capacitors just
stuff
what I
being
need
new
for
and
an upgrade
different.
I've been
I just
thinking
want it to be good too. Did they give me? Oh, I can't. Oh, look at me not being smart. Whoopsie. Electric web. That's so true. That's so true. It's funny. I was actually saying, I was thinking about this earlier because I've gotten kind of tired of the Batman slander that goes on the internet.
Remind me of my son. Started taking apart the TV when he was 5.
And like
Now
full
he's
disclosure,
unlocked
like
his friends' phones.
I understand
Sounds
Batman
like you
has
could teach me a few
had
things.
he's had many depictions over the years.
Nothing
You
illegal in
know,
plain sight.
a lot of his beliefs have always
anticlimactic, huh?
been dependent on the people who write them.
Let's look closer.
Looking for something specific?
This yard's been here a long time. Bootleggers used to use it back in the day.
Gotcha. Those guys
I mean,
love their hidden rooms.
I think it's refreshing when characters have
Sound hollow to you?
dozens of imaginations. I think it's part of the reason.
I got a hidden path, like the one on the door.
It's part of the reason. Like I can say that for me,
Look for another junction box.
the Injustice
See if my mask
series
lenses can pick up the
made
conduits.
Superman interesting to me because I wasn't really a fan of Superman before, but because I loved the idea of Superman as a villain character, as a villain, it kind of opened me up to learning about Superman as a regular character, like not even just as a villain. And so because being able to kind of see how different people have depicted him and written him, it's made him a character that I really like learning about now and hearing about, and I'm interested in because there are so many different adaptations of him.
There could be more.
I mean, you could even say, Zack Snyder's version, which I know a lot of people have said is, not Superman, but at the same time, it's still Superman. It's just a different adaptation. I'm not that far. This is this right here is I have a different suit. That's all. All that's different is I changed the suit. So after you finish all the DLC, the downloadable content of Spider-Man, once you finish all the DLC, actually no, I'm wrong. Hold on, I'm wrong about that. So these right here are suits that were made available after the original game came out. So like when what was the most recent one? Far From Home. When Far From Home came out, they released this as a free download to people who already own the game. This is the black suit right here from Far From Home, as well as the Spider-Man suit that he wore in Far From Home right here, as you can see. there was last year, I think, to celebrate something with the Fantastic Four, they put these, they added these suits in as part of the game. They were free downloads. You didn't have to finish the game or anything to have them. You can just, you know, change your suit. Even before then, this was the suit from the Tobey Maguire films that was offered as a free download just if you had the game, which I thought was cool. So yeah, it's not a mod or anything. This is just excuse me, free download. Yeah, and by the way, I was taking votes on some of the new suits that I could get. So right now, because I'm going to pick one probably before the end of the stream here. So the options were the classic suit here, the noir suit here, or the Scarlet Spider suit. I think I have this now. I can add the Stark suit and the Secret War suit to that in terms of options. Honestly, I'm gonna make an executive choice there and get that just because I do love the Secret War suit. It's probably it's one of my favorites. Oh, I can do all of this. Aw. Hey, Spider-Man is an awesome character, either way. Well, I don't even know what I have selected here. So yeah.
Now that I know I'm after
I had to get the black suit in here. Just so everyone hears too, or understands too. I'm with Jefferson Davis right now, the father of Miles Morales. He's the cop who's helping me in
Sit tight. I'll pull you up.
This warehouse here. Whoops.
I could use a little help with the elevator.
Right,
I got you, fam.
Second floor, rusted machine parts.
Oh,
big honking
Mike,
wreck.
too. I did want to address the thing you
Careful, the bridge is out.
the thing you mentioned earlier too with the live-action Powerpuff Girls. You know what? I had the same thought too.
Stuck the landing and everything.
Oh, jeez. Me not paying attention led to me.
Another secret door. I'll ring the lock. Let me know if you find the junction box.
Yep, on it.
But yeah, black dude named Jefferson Davis. I feel like anyone who's in Virginia or from this area is gonna say the exact same thing.
No. This door must be hooked to another box. You were after Fisk for a long time, huh?
He's my great white whale. Found one.
Finally, there we go.
Hell yeah!
But yeah, it is kind of weird. It is kind of weird to hear that. But yeah, so the thing with the black live action Powerpuff Girls,
check this out.
I'm really just personally, I'm really interested to see what it looks like.
Look at the walls. They
like
kept guns here. They wouldn't have moved them to the front door.
I somewhat understand the apprehension.
Check out the wall.
It's like if you're not into how the CW does their TV shows, I can understand why.
Bet on it. Looks like a dual circuit. See if you can find
you might be like, I don't know why they're doing this, right? But I'm also of the opinion that, you know, give stuff a chance. You know what I'm saying? Just give stuff a chance. Like, this could turn out to be really good. I mean,
junction box.
we have countless examples in recent history. Countless examples of recent history of people throwing a shit fit about something. And then next thing you know, it turns out to be great. Right? People threw a shit fit about Anna Diop being cast as Starfire. You know, they said all types of awful stuff about her, and saying she had a Party City wig and that she looks like a prostitute, and all this other stuff, right? And lo and behold, they did all that whining just for season 1 of Titans, or at least Titans at that point ended up being really good, and Starfire being really good. Right? You have Robert Pattinson, who a lot of people owe an apology to. A lot of people owe Robert Pattinson an apology.
Clear.
Because that trailer turned out to be really good. Toph as Buttercup.
You were right, Jeff. Trapdoor.
I could see it.
Outstanding. Think you can help me out? This thing's heavy.
You know what? I'm for it. I'd be here for it.
1, 2, 3.
It's like people got so caught up on Twilight, a film that most of them probably didn't see,
like no one's cleaned it since
and a movie that Robert Pattinson himself hates. Like, nobody hates Twilight more than Robert Pattinson.
Concrete in the way.
Nobody does. And yet, all they did was complain. Complain. They were complaining when we had those leaked images of his suit from before.
I'm blocked. Anything you can do?
What was that?
Subway, maybe. Let's hustle. Place is unstable.
Okay, that definitely wasn't a subway.
No. Sounded like explosives.
And that sounds like demons.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Kristen Stewart.
Come on, let's go.
I liked her in that one movie, Adventureland, I think it was called.
Damn.
I liked her in that.
Demons are already gone.
Didn't really care for Twilight though. I mostly clowned it.
See if you can find it. This place is one hell of an armory.
People just need to get over themselves and just, you know, like, for one, accept that some things are just not going to be for you, and it's okay that they're not for you. And two,
got empty crates here, and it looks like they took the ones they didn't clean out
before
there. They blew the locks to get in.
Before you trash it. Like, I can understand having skepticism towards it, but like,
demons.
Oh, Kirsten. Oh, she hates Twilight too. Like, I don't follow her, so I actually don't know. Hey, if she hates Twilight, then cool. I only said no one hates it more than Robert Pattinson because he would be in the interviews talking trash about how bad the movies were.
Find cover. That's what I'm talking about.
Firing! Stay clear! Look out! Reloading!
Now you're just showing off!
That's a kind dodge.
Whoops.
I'm a little impressed.
So, like, people just need to give stuff a chance. Not to mention, and this is one of my unpopular opinions that I have, is sometimes I think a darker take on a character or a thing can be interesting.
Thanks, I needed that.
You know, like, based on the premise that was in that Powerpuff Girls article that I posted.
Your timing is impeccable.
I'm kind of intrigued. I'm kind of intrigued by that. You know, I'm kind of intrigued by it. I mean, I say this because I just watched the show recently, but even a show like Avatar just showcases how you can, even in something being, or not even just Avatar, but like Legend of Korra, I should say, you can do something and have it be dark, but also good, you know? Korra is a much darker take on the Avatar universe than The Last Airbender, but like... Well, yeah, so the article is basically that the Powerpuff Girls are older now. I think they're gonna age them up to like their early 20s, and basically they're not close at all, and they don't fight crime anymore because of the crime fighting they did as children robbed them of their childhood. So they don't fight crime anymore, and they're not close to each other anymore. And so now the premise is, you know, will they be able to basically link up again and be a family again and fight crime again when the world needs them to? And like I think that's honestly an interesting premise, because I do think when it comes to shows like that, like we don't always get to see, you know, what kind of impact all this crime fighting and stuff does have on them, because they're children, you know. And I think it's an interesting premise, and I would like to see where they decide to go with it, because I think they can easily do something unique and interesting with it, and give us a take on those characters.
Here's your stuff.
They can maybe give them some more depth and well-roundedness that maybe we didn't get from either of the cartoons or the anime. And yes, there's a Powerpuff Girls anime. Well, I think the difference with Sabrina is that the Sabrina that they decided to adopt does have like a comic book precedent. I do think they were adapting like the darker run of the Sabrina from the Sabrina comics, which is cool. Like I don't have any issue with them doing something dark. You know what? I love Sabrina, and you know, if you do watch it, it'll be nice to have someone else to talk to about my love of that show. And I'm sad that it's coming to an end in October. But like with Sabrina, I just like, people complain so much about her character, and I'm like,
we've now identified
if you were
the officer as
15 years old and you just gain these abilities, of course you're going to do dumb shit, because that's what 15-year-olds who don't know better do.
Supposed to be here.
More than you. After that auction house thing, the Bugle put me on the city beat, which means I get to focus full time on real stories like this. And the demons.
You know, the closer you get to them, the more you become a target, right?
The closer I get, the better chance we have to stop them.
We?
Officer
like,
Davis,
we?
Mary Jane Watson, Daily Bugle.
No comment.
I don't blame
No,
you.
I agree. It is
But
rather
these guys are going to tell
intense.
their story with or without you, and they thrive on controversy.
It is intense, but like I enjoy it.
I just listen.
I only have one complaint about Sabrina, and it's that
she's good.
I really don't like Harvey and Roz as a couple, and I didn't really like how they handled that whole thing.
Man, I'm beat.
And I know it was like part of it was done because the two actors are dating in real life. But like, I was not a big fan of that. Yeah, I agree. Harvey really doesn't. But like even the characters in that version, even in the characters in that depiction, like it's a departure from the cartoon and the live action version that we got previously. And like I'm okay with that. Like I'm totally okay with that. Like I really wish we could just be in this place, as you mentioned earlier, where you know we can just have different adaptations for something, and it doesn't have to. We can get out of this all or nothing mentality where if something is coming out and it's not for me, then I'm gonna just talk shit about it regardless. Instead of just saying, you know what, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's also not for me. Like that's okay. Like I can say that there are a number of things that I've tried watching and I just couldn't get into it, and I'm like, you know what, it's just not for me. Like it's fine. It's not for me, and I'm okay with it not being for me. Can I do it here? Yes. Look at that. That's kind of bad. That's kind of dope. That's kind of fire. Yeah, totally understandable. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in that show that was super creepy. Like, there was one scene, I don't remember when it was, but there was just one scene where they had the nooses and the witches. That might have been in season 1. I feel like. And I feel like Prudence and Sabrina and all of them and the other two were there too. I don't remember, but I remember it being intense. A lot of the stuff involving the Dark Lord is often super intense too. But like, I like that kind of stuff, so like I don't mind it. But like, I get if it's not your thing, I understand it. And yeah, like it'll. Yeah, I've wanted to talk about this show for forever because I enjoy it so much, and I'm sad that it's coming to an end. I just don't really get a lot of the backlash from it. Like, Sabrina's a child. She's a teenager. Of course, she's gonna do dumb stuff.
64476.
Like, I think about what I would do if I were 50. The stuff I was worried about at 15,
wait,
16 years old.
Can you at least tell me where the truck is?
And what I would have done if I had powers at that point.
Got it. Thanks, Eddie.
That's what I'm saying. She makes mistakes. I'm like, what do you expect, man?
I don't care if I lose everything.
And I feel like sometimes people forget when they're watching that characters are naive. Characters are gonna do stuff that doesn't make sense to them because they're young or inexperienced or whatever.
Everything I've worked on since high school.
I just want people to just enjoy stuff. You know, like I watch shows not only for entertainment and escapism and all of that. Listen, like I would have gotten away with so much stuff. I would never have failed a grade. You know, I would have learned that my crush in high school actually liked me back also, and I should probably just ask her out.
Maybe there's another way in.
You know, there's so much
It's
stuff.
not really breaking and entering if I don't break anything, right?
Like there's nothing. Trust me.
Panic.
There's nothing. I don't care. I know people do all this thing now about, you know, get over your past and get over high school and all of that. Listen, when the finest girl, when you ever crush on one of the finest girls at your sister's school, and you're friends with her and she likes you too, but you don't find out until long after the fact, that shit hurts. that hurts.
Nada.
And like,
Okay,
I'm not dwelling on it or anything, but you know, it hurts.
Empire
But, like,
Sanitation.
there's just so much stuff I would have. There's so much stuff I would have done at 15, 16 if I just had abilities.
I guess. Just means it'd be somewhere in West Chinatown.
Great. I'm headed there now.
Just so much stuff. Mike, you know what's worse? What's worse was when
a long shot, but sometimes the guys stop for pizza before they drop off.
Really? I'll check out the pizza
The worst part for me was she told me right after I had already started dating someone else.
That's uptown.
I mean, original Jerry's.
Oh, right.
All right, Allie, I'll still be here.
Started with an L, I think.
But like,
Larry's?
That's on the east side.
That was the most annoying thing to me.
Leo's.
I found out from her right after I started dating someone.
I love Leo's.
I'll pick you up a pie.
Like this was months.
No worries.
This was like months after. Like we were just.
Thanks, Eddie.
Like, I was like, bro, really? You could have told me this like a month ago. Like, I would have much rather have tried to date her than the girl I did end up dating. The girl I did end up dating my senior year. Just because
close by.
Just because that whole situation ended up being crap.
Stuff's not here. There has to be another truck around here.
My girlfriend in my senior year of high school, I'll never forget. Like we met up, we went out on this date, and I seemingly had a good time. And then she waits until after the date's over, after she goes home and all of that, to be like, hey, I don't want to date you anymore. I'm like, you couldn't have told me this like before we went on the date.
No sign of my stuff.
Why'd you agree to go on the date then?
Eddie, you're my only hope.
You could have saved me time. I could have went home.
They were around here?
Well, the guys might have switched routes due to the upcoming Osborne rally. If your pickup was on Route 35,
I was like, you couldn't have told me this.
Right now.
You couldn't have told me this before I invited you, before I asked you to be the lead singer of my band at the time. I think I was more upset about the band thing than anything. Maybe so. And like, I wasn't that assertive in high school, so like, maybe so. I don't even know necessarily what it was, but I remember being annoyed by that. I'm like, you were planning to break up with me, and you still wanted to be the singer of my band. Nah, fam, that's not how this gonna work.
There's the incinerator. Hope I'm not too late. Uh-oh, looks like trouble.
Thanks, Spider-Man.
You okay?
Yeah, thanks. This gang's been terrorizing
I don't
the whole
know.
neighborhood the last couple of days. There's probably more of them on the way.
I mean, with powers, I probably would have probably would have been super confident in high school.
Sure, have at it. I gotta go file an incident report.
I think that's it.
Look at this. I'm Spider-Man, like 3 in the morning, digging through trash.
Please be here. Please be here. Yes.
All for a flash drive. I mean, it's an important flash drive.
Phew, looks like everything's here. Hey, look. An old gadget prototype. Looks kind of awesome. Why didn't I ever finish it? I think I can make this work.
I wonder that too. Yes. Oh, this is. Oh, finally, web bomb. Finally. Oh my gosh. This is one of my favorite weapons, and I'm very glad. Very glad I get to have it now.
Look, it's that guy. It's a spider.
Uh-oh.
Ice him.
Confidence is key.
Okay,
I didn't really
well,
learn
this night
that
isn't quite going as
until
planned.
sometime in
How am I
college.
gonna sleep? Guess I could try MJ's.
Post-college, really.
All right, how am I gonna talk my way onto MJ's couch?
I mean, missed opportunities they're the worst.
Let's see.
There's one missed opportunity I had back during my freshman year of college, and honestly think it really would have changed my life, and I would have probably been on a completely different career trajectory or life trajectory, really. Oh,
Hey,
I missed.
MJ, now that we're talking again, I thought maybe. Okay, that just sounds pathetic.
This part, like
Why am I
a
making
lot
this
of
such a
Peter's
big deal?
banter, talking to
We're just
himself
friends, right?
out loud.
Friends crash on each other's couches all the time.
When it comes to
It's not
MJ,
weird or
especially,
anything.
like
It's just a couch.
I'm like, man, this is
MJ's
such
couch.
relatable content. I'm like, cause these are the questions I would have if I
Just got a web
needed to
alert.
crash with an ex-girlfriend.
Huh. Looks like MJ's story just got published. I think I'll find somewhere else to stay. She's probably busy.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, then we will continue. All right. See, I generally don't, but sometimes I do, just because, like it's mostly a curiosity thing sometimes, because like, for example, like my freshman year of college, I was on my way home. I was on my way home. I was on the train from Wilmington, Delaware to DC, right? It's like an hour and a half train ride, like 2 hours, something like that. So like back then and even now, like the way I used to pass the time was I would work on music while I was on the train. I would bring my laptop and I would write songs or write poems or anything. Cosmo, sit down, please. I can't play, cannot play. Sit down. Sit down. Good dog. So, yeah, I was working on some music, and I was writing and whatnot, and like I'm an introvert. I don't really speak to people when I'm on the train or anything like that. Just headphones in, don't talk to anyone, and just kind of go from there, right? So this lady kind of taps my shoulder and just asking me about what I'm working on, right? And I told her like, oh, I'm a writer, you know, I'm working on a song right now. And she reveals to me that she's also a singer, and she was from DC, and so we were talking. So you know, we started talking about you know, our songwriting process and music and so on and so forth, and you know, we it was a good conversation, you know, and like over the course of it, she had told me that she was you know, she was in town looking for musicians, right? And I was like, oh, okay, you know, cool. I play drums, so on and so forth, right? And she's just so happened to be looking for a drummer, and she said that you know, she was looking for musicians because she basically had like a musician residency in South America. I forget where it was specifically now, and she was looking to hire people to come down and basically play full time in this band in like this restaurant in this or in these couple of restaurants in this like major city. And you know, it'd be, you know, move down there, you'd be a full-time musician, you know, you practice and have free time during the day, and then 5 nights a week you'd be playing music in one of the locations, right? And you know, it sounded fascinating, and you know, I got her information, and you know, I looked it up, and like it was 100% legit. I don't remember what that lady's name is now, but I do remember even a few years ago looking up afterwards and seeing that like it's a real thing, you know, there's videos on YouTube and all this stuff. And like, I didn't take the opportunity because at that point I was still convinced that
I wish Harry was in town. I could crash with
I was still
him.
convinced that, you know, college was like the thing I was supposed to be doing. And so because of that, I didn't even realize I had I was still on pause that entire time.
Someone left
And
me a voicemail.
I just wonder, like,
Number's blocked though.
what would have happened if I had actually left college?
Long time no see. Miss me? Come to this address. Catch me if you can.
Uh-oh. I think I know that voice.
I definitely know that voice.
Before you go, can you sign it for me,
Like I said, I just wonder what would have been different. What if I would have left college at 19 after a year and gone and pursued my dreams of music, but down in South America, you know, playing drums in this band and whatnot. Like, my life would be totally different right now. Fairly certain of it. And like, I don't regret like finishing college, although my student loan debt definitely makes me reconsider that every month.
Hey, so this gang war between the demons and Fisk is really heating up.
You know, it's just I just wonder, you know, I just wonder what would have been different.
These guys are serious. Do they just want to replace Fisk?
My ESU ID badge from my semester as a teaching assistant. Didn't have time to stick.
I understand. Yeah, I could have stayed in Delaware right after college. Bro, my rent in Delaware was like $550. There's not a single place in the DC area.
That'd be bad enough.
Unless I want to have like 50 roommates.
Been thinking about you a lot lately. We were good together, weren't we?
Hey, Felicia.
Reignite the flame.
Black Cat. Don't tell me she's scoping out places to rob. She promised she would give up that life. What
Yeah,
was she
exactly.
looking at?
Delaware.
Look at a place.
Delaware, like while being in school, I had some of the worst depressive episodes I've ever had. And then combine that with some of the family stuff I had going on, like I needed to get away from Delaware. really the only
Alicia's too smart to be
there
putting
were only a
herself at risk
handful
like this.
of advantages
She
to
must
being
be
in
desperate
Delaware
for
for
some
me.
reason.
One, my
Better
own
keep an eye
apartment, which was awesome. Two, no tax in Delaware, so everything up there was infinitely cheaper than it was down here. Three, the beach was 30 minutes away from my apartment. Rehoboth and Dewey and all the Delaware beaches, they were 30 minutes from my apartment. So going to the beach was relatively easy. It's why I did it. It's why
Hey, Yuri,
after graduation I still had another 30 days in my apartment.
I think so.
So me and my
it?
friends went up there and we
double
like
check and let me know
post
if her gear
graduation
is still there.
just
Will
partied.
do.
We partied and went to the beach. I love it too.
Hey, May.
Charmaine actually
Oh,
just
what's
went
up?
there for her birthday Sunday.
Oh, right. I'm sorry,
Yesterday.
I forgot. It's been a hard
She
day. We lost funding
we
at
were
the lab.
we were talking and she wanted to find a beach to go to, and she was asking me about
also
Ocean
kinda got
City.
evicted from
And
my
I told her like Ocean City is a shitty beach. Like
You have a place to stay
it's okay
tonight.
to go like if you really don't have any
no,
other options. But if
not
you have
really.
other options,
I hate to ask, but
go
any
somewhere
chance you
else.
have room at the shelter?
And I was like, honestly, from here it's about the same distance. It's about the same distance to get to Rehoboth as it is to get to Ocean City. It actually may even be quicker because you may not run into as much traffic in Delaware. So yeah, let's go to Rehoboth. Dude, one of my for years I've had this dream. So side note, look at this. Just a bag of clothes just outside and at this homeless shelter, and like nobody thinks that's suspicious. That a bag of clothes is just sitting here. Oh, Bethany, okay. Yeah, like there are things about Delaware that I definitely miss. My friend Chris lives up there. And it's really fascinating to see just how much has changed up there.
I believe I haven't slept since the Fisk takedown.
How much has changed since I was there full time. I went there on a shopping trip last year, and that was pretty amazing. And it was just really surprising to see, like Christiana Mall somehow managed to get larger in the years since I was up there. What was I thinking? Christiana Mall got bigger. Dover Mall was remodeling. It's been about 3 years since I've been to the beach, I believe, out there. Oh, I went down. I came in and went the wrong way. Oh well, I'm already down here, so I can just go this way. Yeah, it was just. There are things about Delaware that I miss, but I'm a city boy at heart. So that kind of small town, yeah, it's not the biggest fan. But one of my goals for Delaware though, and I wanted to try to do it this summer, was I really wanted to get rent a beach house, just like me and a couple friends, and just be there for a weekend.
What are you doing here so late?
All right, man. Hey, thanks for coming through to the stream. I'm only gonna be on for like 10 more minutes anyway.
Hope May's couch is
get your rest,
comfortable.
bro. Thank you for coming through. Is this young Peter?
Miss you.
Hey, it's Uncle Ben. It's like really weird because my dog is like laying under me right now, and he has been licking my arm like for like the last 5 minutes. And it gets annoying sometimes, but this is like his way of being affectionate.
I can't take this.
You can, and you will.
I'll pay you back. Soon.
Just ask for help next time. Oh, you are so much like Ben. You have to learn to swallow that Parker pride and accept that you're human, like the rest of us. Martin.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah, depending on which part of Delaware you go to, that's 100%
well,
true.
You can count on me.
Like,
how long will you be away?
In the last
in
the last 5 years, they've had an uptick in hate crimes that have taken place up there.
But please take care of us.
Even when I was there for school, like there were some parts of Delaware that were described to me like they were sundown towns.
Well, I guess I better get busy.
There were certain parts of Delaware. The first time I ever got called the N-word was in Delaware. Like, yeah, like there are definitely some nice parts, of Delaware that I would love to live in. Like Newark, Delaware.
Yeah,
I have a bunch of friends who live there. One of my friends was DJ Jazzy Jeff's neighbor, because he lives in he lives there.
Wait,
I've seen housing in Christiana and Middletown. Like there's some places in Delaware that are pretty nice.
But still,
it's just, you know, it really depends on.
I'll be there covering it.
Just really depends on where you are.
Yeah, of course. See you
then.
You
know, like there's a lot of racist stuff that happened when I was in Delaware, and some of that definitely kind of colored my perspective of up there. But I don't mind going to visit. I can tell you, I definitely ate good. Definitely ate good in Delaware. I gained so much weight. There's one thing that was up there. There was a Denny's right across from my apartment, grocery store across from my apartment. There were like 2 Chinese food places, a McDonald's, Ruby Tuesdays. There was the mall food court.
I should head out into the city and try to
Chuck
pay
E.
it forward.
Cheese. There's a Wendy's. There was just a lot. Let's see, new suits. Oh yeah, I did post in the group earlier. He's a Maltese. He is 2 years old. He's a giant playful thing. All he wants to do is play and be nosy and be up under you. Like, I posted the pictures of him. I was holding him in one picture. In the other picture, he was sitting on my chest. I was like, this is how he is like 99% of the time. 99% of the time, he is on me or up under me in some form or fashion. I love him to death, even when he is even when he's on my nerves. No, I believe DJ Jazzy Jeff is from Philly, but where he is not far from Philadelphia. It's about 30 minutes out, I believe, 40 minutes out, depending on traffic. But it makes sense because a lot of people from Pennsylvania and Baltimore definitely retire up in Delaware. Oh, there you are.
Why are you doing this, Felicia? You know I'm gonna catch you.
But yeah, my one of my friends in college was his neighbor.
Another message from Doc.
Oh God, I hate.
I don't want to jinx us, but
I hate that pigeon. I hate the
not only
pigeons.
get the project back on its feet, but also expand it in ways we never could have imagined. Everything happens for a reason. Even Norman pulling our plug.
I really hope this works out. Doc's work is too important to go unfinished.
It's funny. Post college, I actually wanted to move to Philadelphia.
Jeff, congrats on the ceremony today.
I'll be glad when it's over. A truck full of armed demons scares me less than public speaking. But I'm calling about something else.
What's up?
Yep. He's a good dog. I'm probably gonna end up. I gotta cut his hair sometime soon.
Consolidated shipping.
Yep, I'm gonna cut his hair at some point. His hair is so fluffy
Jeff,
and
I'm
frizzy.
here.
What do you see?
Find the rest. Boss wants them dead.
Looks like the demons are moving in on Fisk's territory.
You got this?
I got this.
It's just when he wants attention, he is determined to get it.
Nap time. Sleep it off.
Hey, GG. No Gola.
Let's see. Gotcha. Yoink.
Literally didn't see that coming.
Got what you came for. You don't need to kill us too.
Fisk's territory is ours now.
Not today.
I really wish I could be on camera right now so I could just show how this. He's giving me the puppy dog eyes so bad right now. Yeah, I love Philadelphia. I had so many plans to go back. I wanted to go back to the Franklin Institute because I love museums and it's
nice
giant interactive
Slimmy.
museum.
Stay out of my business.
Wait, the demons. Who's their leader?
Keep my men alive and maybe I'll tell you.
So many Facebook notifications. Thanks.
Saving bad guys from other bad guys. Not how I thought today would go.
Wait a second. Wait a second. You went to Elizabeth Seton? I went to DeMatha. Yeah, I'm a proud DeMatha grad.
Stay back! Stay back!
Well, I got their attention. Better swing around the outside to look for Fisk's men.
Small world. So you probably yeah. When I was talking earlier about crushes and all of that. I was totally talking about that from the perspective as someone who went to DeMatha. Well, that's a 2000. I'm trying to think, do I know anyone? I don't think I do. There we go. Wait, what am I forgetting? Small world indeed. Shout out to your brother, my fellow stag. I don't remember. It's been so long. Cause I had a cousin. I have an older cousin who went to DeMatha, but I don't remember what year he graduated. Oh, my dog finally decided to.
You okay?
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, tell me about it.
Fisk, your men are safe.
I went to DeMatha partially because I was planning on playing sports.
I
I've missed these cryptic Fisk talks.
I didn't, but you know, it was so interesting. It was so interesting though.
Hello again.
Because I like not going to school with girls. Like it really took, as you mentioned there, putting it out there. Because I went through my first 2 years just kind of hanging out, and then after my junior year, I joined the Time Travelers Club, which had, I can't remember. There was this husband and wife who were teachers. The husband taught at DeMatha, the wife taught at Elizabeth Seton, and they were in charge of the Time Travelers Club, which is pretty much a club if you were into history at all. I was into history, but it was also a really cheap way to meet girls. Because we did it with, it was done in conjunction with Elizabeth Seton.
Go!
It was tough though. Let me tell you.
Yes.
It made college. It made college kind of awesome.
Yeah, things with the demons got complicated. Sit tight, Yuri. I got this.
Please, let me have this.
The funny thing though is, you know, DeMatha is a very homoerotic school. I've never seen. I had no idea that a school for Catholic boys was going to be full of penis drawings and notebooks, and getting punched in the balls as a joke.
That helicopter is destroying the city.
Like,
I know.
You need to bring it down.
I know.
Maybe you could superhero a little faster?
Working on it, Yuri. Call you when it's done.
This is probably one of my least favorite parts of the game. The cool thing though about the Time Travelers Club though is like it was a monthly trip, so like it was literally it was just a free excuse to just go hang out with girls for a month. Oh, I love this angle. It's so cool. Oh, I can imagine. Because I know that this was before they had like that was before they had the dedicated buses to from Bowie into the city and all of that.
Hi, is this the flight to Newark?
Like back then, I remember getting the Bowie. You could only really get the Bowie by car.
This is your master plan? Replace Fisk?
Fisk is only gonna be kidding!
One engine down. Now for the second. Afraid I have to ask you to pull over the helicopter, sir.
Right? I mean, there was just so much stuff. So like, we went on monthly trips. We went on monthly trips, and then every year, at the end of the year, we always do like these big major trips.
You got this.
So like, hey, what up, bro? So like, at the end of the year, we do these major trips. So like. My junior year, the first year I did Time Travelers Club, we went to Monticello. So we did a tour of Monticello, and then we did a what was it? Then we were part of a Civil War reenactment.
These masks are so
And that was
awesome.
pretty. That was pretty fun. I mean, like the experience was fun. The experience was fun, but like I was fighting with my girlfriend at the time through that entire trip, so it wasn't as fun. It wasn't as much fun as it could have been.
Yo, Miles. Hey, fanboy.
Oh, crap, I'm late.
You coming?
Nah, I gotta get to City Hall for my dad's ceremony.
All right. Tell your pops I said congrats.
Oh, it's a shame Mike left already. Because now get the we just saw Miles for the first time.
MJ, did they start the ceremony yet?
Oh, don't worry. I'm not gonna be on for too much longer. I too get up for work. Well, I start work at 6:30. So I'm gonna just probably be on for another couple minutes. I might do another small part of the story, find a good logical ending point, and then hop off of here. You know, I pretty much get up at 6:15. Log into my computer, go make my coffee and cereal, and then start my work day. that's basically it.
And now for listener emails. May from Queens writes, "You're so full of anger, and I wish you'd get help managing
my dog is pawing at me right now.
From a place of concern. But this is a common
Yes,
misconception that I have to
I'm
correct.
very happy to be working from home. It's funny because I've been telling my job for months that, you know, should be able to work from home. See Doctor Strange Easter egg right there, Sanctum Sanctorum. And it's a shame, it was just a shame because they kept coming up with excuses as to why we couldn't work from home, which I already knew was BS because most of the people in my department worked from home at least 2 or 3 days a week, but it just wasn't available to everybody.
Magnifique.
And so I was just yeah, I was just happy to I'm just happy that I can finally do it now, and I got proved right. I told them that we could work from home. There's no logical reason we shouldn't work from home. And here we are, months later, working from home.
There's the
Like, don't get me wrong. There are things that I miss. I feel like I miss out on from not being able to go into my office, like
You'll be fine.
being on the train, being around people. There was this cute nerd girl who I kind of was crushing on, who I used to see on the train. Like she used to because I used to play my 3DS because I played my 3DS on my way to work every morning. If we got on the same train car, I would see her and she would be playing her Switch. I would always be playing Smash Bros. And she would be playing. I think she was playing Mario Kart the last time I saw her. So like, there's the people aspect from that. There's the aspect of, you know, I miss my coworkers. Like they got on my nerves.
Before I hand
but like,
it off to Mayor
I missed being around my coworkers and you know, being able to go to happy hour and being able to just explore the city.
Like,
yeah, like it'd be cool.
I mean, there's some loose ends still to be tied up, but
well, I can definitely ask for her Switch code now because I have a Switch.
Consolidated Shipping.
But also, I don't talk to people when I'm on the train. Like I'm an introvert in that way. I mostly just kind of keep to myself. Like I'm I'm deathly afraid of like harassing people.
Couldn't have said it better myself, but
or coming off like I'm harassing someone. Because I know for me, I'm trying to get from point A to point B. But at least I know now that, you know, whenever this pandemic is over, if we get on the same train car again, I'll probably be playing Switch, and so you know, I'll be able to strike up a conversation then. But yeah, man, like I do enjoy working from home. I've been able to save so much money from working from home. Like I do miss the people. I do miss being able to get out and about. My job is near the National Mall, so like I play flag football in the National Mall, so I miss being able to do that.
Phone call, sir.
I miss being able to play Pokemon Go on the mall. I miss just walking down there.
Congratulations.
You know, just exploring in general. Just so much fun. I'm sad that my favorite festival, the 8th Street Festival, is not happening this year. I miss going out to dance. I miss going out to bars. I miss going out to restaurants that are outside of my delivery range. You know, like it's just, yeah.
Yes.
I miss all that kind of stuff.
Many years for this moment.
Who is this?
Over the coming days, your company, your city, and everything you
I miss
care about will be
conventions
destroyed.
like that more than anything. I miss
People will
cons.
beg you for help, but you won't
Like,
be able to save
oof. Othicon,
Listen,
BlurredCon,
jackass,
AwesomeCon.
I get threats like this twice a week. Why don't you
Anime
grow up here
USA.
and tell me what you want?
To watch you suffer.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I wonder. I'm curious if DC has anything kind of in that vein. Is that where the video you posted the other day was? That from Sunday Salsa? Yeah, man. Like there's just so much stuff that I was looking forward to. Just the camaraderie, you know? It's just nice to just be around people. Like, as much of an introvert as I am, it's just, you know, not being able to be around people is, you know, not fun. Yeah, I miss concerts, bro. I missed out on. I was supposed to see Rage Against the Machine. I could finally take them off my list.
Peter, come on, Peter.
And you know they rescheduled for next year. My Chemical Romance is whatchamacallit, their reunion tour rescheduled for next year. Roots Picnic and Broccoli Fest and 420 Fest. There were a number of bands and artists I was going to be able to see this year that now, not done so.
Can you hear me, baby? Can you hear me? Peter, squeeze my hand if you can hear me. Stay here. I'm going to find your father. Peter, wake up. Come on, say something, please.
So am I. All you can do is hope. All I can do is hope that, you know, fingers crossed, Biden wins. You know, Biden gets in office and immediately. Sorry, my dog knocked my earpiece out because he's crawling all over me right now. Because he really, really wants my attention. Whoa, don't fall. Oh, that sounds like an awesome concert. Weezer and Green Day? That sounds like fun. I would love to see either one of those groups.
Over there.
I do enjoy Weezer. Do enjoy Green Day. Oh man, I would love to see Less Than Jake again. They were Less Than Jake was part of my first concert. Whatchamacallit? Project Revolution 2004. Less Than Jake, The Used, Snoop Dogg, Korn, and obviously Linkin Park. It was such an amazing show. And honestly, like, I was familiar with Less Than Jake, but that concert actually like inspired me to check out more of their music. Now, admittedly, it's been some years since I've listened to them. It was such a great show. I think my favorite part though was Korn came out and they actually performed with Snoop Dogg before doing their own set, which was cool because you got to hear some of Snoop Dogg's songs that were popular at the time, and even some of his earlier stuff. But you got to hear them played with a live band, which for me was like the most mind-blowing thing that you could, the most mind-blowing thing you could hear.
I'm gonna be alright.
Alright, Liza.
An eclectic group indeed.
No, wait. Miles, no. Miles, no!
Dad's in there.
But then, like, yeah, I mean, that's just one of the more interesting concerts I've been to. I want to say when I went to Kerfuffle 2014, it was kind of the same thing.
He was right there.
I'm trying to think, who did I see at Kerfuffle 2014?
Hell.
I think Foles was there, Fowles, I think is their name. I believe 311. Yeah, there were a bunch of different groups there. I'm trying to find out the bands who were there that day. Let's see, DC 101. Here it was. It was 311, Brick and Mortar, Cage the Elephant, Fowles or Foles, I don't know how to pronounce the name, J. Roddy Walston in the Business, Congos, Soja, and Semi-Precious Weapons.
I gotta find a way around these guys.
It was funny because I didn't like 311 was actually not even one of the bands I was most excited for. Like I really wanted to see Congos and Cage the Elephant, but they were really. It turned out to be really good. Shoot, even going to Warped Tour last year, or even Warped Tour 2008. I mean, Warped Tour. Warped Tour by itself, you already know you're gonna get like a huge mix of bands, already huge mix of styles.
Dad was right there. Gotta help him. I got you, Dad.
Cause I was at work. I went to Warped Tour, if I remember correctly, 2008. There were so many groups. But that year I saw. I'm trying to remember. I saw Paramore that year. I saw good Paramore, which I was happy about, because that was right in the aftermath of Riot. So I had just seen them perform Riot. I saw Coheed and Cambria that year. I saw Escape the Fate. I saw As I Lay Dying, Under Oath, The Almost, Senses Fail. What was the big band? Was it I don't think it was Bad Religion.
Dad! Dad, no!
It wasn't Bad Religion. What was the band?
Wake up, Dad. Wake up. Wake up.
I saw Rise Against. I'm looking at it right now. Cobra Starship. Mayday Parade. I don't remember if I saw Pierce the Veil. I did see We the Kings. I loved. I was a big fan of the Motion City soundtrack. They have a song they put out recently that I actually liked. You know, I've sort of been of the opinion that some of these emo bands and indie bands, their music didn't really age well, and the bands haven't really aged well. I could see that about 311. They put on a good
Sorry
show.
for your loss. Do I know you? I'm Peter Parker. I was at City Hall when... Look, I know you don't know me, but I just wanted to say...
I know what you're going through. That's what you were gonna say, right? Or... it all gets easier with time.
Such an emotional moment.
Don't worry.
Felt bad laughing.
It's part of God's plan.
I'm sorry. I was just
trying to help. I know.
But this just makes me super excited for the Miles Morales game. Like the setup in this
I'm
game,
sorry about
amazing.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with him.
Yeah, I love Coheed, and they performed my favorite song. I got to see them Welcome Home. Oh. But even last year, I'm still upset that I missed out on seeing a bunch of my favorite groups last year. Less Than Jake were there last year also. But I did get to see Travie McCoy. Who did I see last year? Good Charlotte.
Sorry, Jeff.
Charlie Tuna and Cut Chemist from Jurassic 5.
I'm busy. What's up?
Have you started looking
We
for
the
Martin
Kings,
Lee yet?
Travie McCoy.
No, I told you I can't start a manhunt based on a hunch from Spider-Man.
But I'm telling you, he's the guy.
This is the... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Where's the...
Solid
I
evidence.
need to find the...
Right.
Hey,
there it is.
It's me.
Hey, so what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I screwed up, and that kid lost his father.
Oh, thank you, Allie, for saying something, because I totally forgot about the Lakers game.
Do they have any leads on Lee?
Well, I'm about to hop off the stream anyway, so I can go watch them be up by 20.
Up to us to find him. I've been doing some research. Go to this address. Martin Lee bought a controlling
I really just want to see.
recycling center last year.
I really just want to
he's
see
hiding out
LeBron
there?
get a chip with the Lakers, so he can
he's not
piss
at
Skip
Feast.
Bayless off.
If he's not at the recycling center, maybe you'll find some evidence as to where he might be.
Yeah. Good work, MJ. I'll let you know what I find.
Oh, one more thing. I talked with a detective
And
about
getting
questioning
to
the
see,
arrested demons.
I mean,
They're all
Luka hitting
claiming
that
Martin
shot
Lee has the
yesterday was
power
pretty
to,
incredible.
corrupt people.
Corrupt? What does that mean?
That guy's
like
going to be
mind
the best
control.
player in the
It brings
league
out the negative part of you. Makes you
really
do things you
soon.
wouldn't normally do.
Sounds a little
But
far-fetched.
yeah, thank you both for
guy
coming
who
out to
can
the
run up
stream.
walls.
Thank you for anyone who's watching this on playback. Obviously, we'll be back next week at the same time, but next Tuesday. I had to do it on Monday today because of I have an obligation tomorrow. But yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, sub to us on YouTube, and we'll be playing more Spider-Man next week. check out the Great Geek Refuge on our website, greatgeekrefuge.com, or on any of our streaming services. All right, everyone. Peace out. Have a good night. Sleep tight.
As I fully